Hello, welcome back to Afriscope TV, the only show that we bring to you an African scope. Yeah. Today, sorry for the background. Today, is Sunday and everyone is trying to enjoy the best of the day before the busy week begins tomorrow. So today, I this show is actually intended to be a little bit philosophical, but at the end of the day, we wanted to learn something about happiness. And so, once again, you are all welcome. And if this is your first time joining me or listening to me, make sure that you join the family by subscribing, liking, sharing, so that we can also expand our reach. So, today, I want to talk about a very important topic, and which is happiness, how to define your happiness. Happiness is something that we all seek and desire, but what does it really mean? You know, what do we know if we are truly happy or just following the crowd? Um, when people will say following the crowd also leads to happiness, but I'm going to reevaluate on that. How do we as individuals find our happiness in the world that is constantly bombarded or bombarding us with messages and images of what happiness should look like? How do we find out? I kind of remembered one of my the topic we explored in physiology. I'm saying physiology, sorry, philosophy. And one philosophical concept that explores happiness as what humans live for is, I think it's called eudaimonia, eudaimonia, which is often translated as happiness, but may also mean human flourishing. So, eudaimonia is a term used by Aristotle and other ancient Greek philosophers to describe the ultimate goal of human existence, which is to live a virtuous and fulfilling life. According to Aristotle, eudaimonia is achieved by expressing one's true nature and potential through uh, rational and moral activities. So that's just a quick part of the philosophical nature of it that people actually explored happiness. The people who were philosophers, who were great thinkers, were like trying to explore the meaning of life, what it is to live life, and then they pick up on happiness, that happiness is essential to life or living. Now, going back to the topic once again, um, you know, let me just ask this, say this again. How do we really find our own happiness in a world that is constantly bombarding us with messages, images of what happiness should look like? So you see, happiness is not a one size fits all solution or concept. It is not something that you can buy or I can buy or achieve or can copy from someone else. Happiness is not like something we can copy at all. Happiness is personal, I believe. It is unique to you and your values, your preferences, your goals, and also your thoughts. So happiness is what makes you feel alive. Happiness um, makes you feel fulfilled and at peace. But how do you discover what makes you happy? Well, the first step is to stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself to others. Nowadays, people observe, listen, or are even influenced by people they consider to be happy or above them in some sense of the word. People look on the media or people look to the media for inspiration about what is making other people happy and then they want to adopt those lifestyle and also activities. People look at some of the activities others are engaging in or lifestyles that is considered to be happy by others. But these are not reliable sources of happiness. They are often based on superficial, external, or temporary factors that may not even suit your personality, needs, or aspiration. So, for example, let me just give example here. Some people may find happiness in smoking. Yes, smoking, weed, cigarettes, what stone crack, whatever it is. Yes, they claim that's their happiness. I'm not here to judge people and say smoking is bad, this is bad, this is bad. This is not the show for that. Maybe on another show we'll talk about that. Somebody will find happiness in smoking. Somebody else will find the happiness they want in drinking either alcohol or some champagne or some expensive wine. Yes, they find happiness in that. Somebody might find happiness partying, having a big party, and God knows what happens in those parties. Of course, somebody might find happiness in having sex. Of course, it's not unusual that nowadays it's like a big multi-million dollar industry, sex industry. Yes, and people find happiness in having that. Of course, people who also find happiness doing risky things like doing bungee jumping. I think it's called bungee jumping or bungee jumping, where if you don't know what that is, it's like people climbing huge mountain, and those mountains they have this rope tied to certain cliffs where they will jump off the cliff and fall deep down, and then the rope will just swing them off to a far distance and bring them back again. Yes, people will find happiness doing that, and others will, and among other things, some of we might classify them as risky or against our health. People might even find happiness eating food. They can travel around the world just to enjoy different type of food. That's their life. People will even find happiness traveling. Living here for a few days and going somewhere another few days to explore. So yes, people will find happiness doing a lot of things. Recently, I just found out that people also find happiness just talking. Yes, just talking like how you and I am here talking. People find happiness doing that. I haven't evaluated myself to such an extent, but I believe that it is. And people might even find happiness fighting. Can you imagine going? Going to the boxing ring, and who knows, even not if not necessarily boxing ring, people will definitely pick up on fights and easily or get into any argument, and then they find happiness in doing all of that. People might find happiness going on social media and trolling others, like leaving hateful comments and seeing how others um react to that. That's what they do. And unfortunately, I'm not here to judge that today, but I'm here to explore how how we can define our own happiness, right? That's what I'm here for today. So, happiness in itself is deep. What makes you happy wouldn't necessarily make others happy. That is the truth, right? What will make you happy and excited and all you know, about yourself wouldn't be something that will make somebody else happy. And these are some of the proponents, I mean, sorry to say, but a lot of the human rights organization pick up on these narratives and push certain cultures and such a certain way of life or lifestyle into our scope of today's the media, to say that we should accept people, we should be open to cultures and ideas. Of course, to some degree, we know for a fact diversity brings forth development, but I'm not here to talk about diversity. I'm here to talk about what or how we can define our own happiness. So you see, um, people derive meaning in and happiness in different ways, in many activities, you know, but these are not just necessarily healthy. What I've just said a few minutes ago, or as happiness and the classification examples I have given, right? They are not necessarily healthy or sustainable, meaningful ways of living. I mean, they are not necessarily okay. You cannot say that you drinking or partying is healthy or whatever. Of course, some of them might be healthy to you, but it might not be healthy. Sometimes people who are against this concept of eudaimonia say that eudaimonia is selfishness, that people who prioritize their own happiness or prioritize on happiness tends to be um, sorry to say hedonistic. Yes, hedonistic. They do not care. Some of them can overlook the suffering of other people just because they just want to be happy, and they can do extreme things just for their own happiness and forget and be forgetful of the other people. To some degree it's extreme to go to such extent to classify or define what happiness is in itself, but let's just explore it. So um people may even provide a short-term thrill or escape, but they may also, I mean, some of these activities I've just highlighted, right? Like the partying, drinking, sex, smoking, traveling, eating healthy food, or whatever it is that makes you happy, reading, sleeping, whatever, cooking, talking, um, being with friends or being having a company around, you know, yes, they may provide a short-term thrill or escape, but they may also harm. Some of them may also harm your physical, mental, or even emotional well-being in the long run, right? Some of these things I've just mentioned might harm you or might contribute to your wellness. That is the two-way or two side of it. Of course, talking about emotional well-being being is the most important part of it all, because happiness is also related to emotion. Yes, happiness is related to emotion, having the right emotion, right? So, on the other hand, some people may find happiness in something simple, like having a peaceful day with no trouble. Yes, to them that is happiness. Or resting, working on a project they love, being alone, reading a book, helping others, um, you know, seeing a good progress, or having their plans and dreams accomplished. Um, these are more likely to be sources of genuine happiness. Of course, these are genuine happiness. To have a happiness that does not affect other people's life but actually contribute to the betterment of society. I define that as the healthy source of happiness, right? So Um, there are other aspects that I also like to explore. Um, I'm saying healthy or genuine happiness because they are aligned with our innermost values, passions, and purpose. That is what I define as genuine happiness. A happiness that is derived from the alignment of with your inner values, passion, and purpose. Now, there are not um, okay. There are a lot of things that I would like to share about happiness, but I just don't want to dive deeply into examples right now so that we get lost in the general concept of what happiness is and what we should look for as people. What I've just said right now, that the that is genuine has to align with our inner values, passion, and purpose. Um, they are not independent. Sorry, they are not dependent on external validation. Yes, or approval or expectations. They are not, I would say, affected by the ups and downs of life. They are consistent and satisfying in general. Yes, what I've just defined as the genuine happiness, they are consistent and satisfying. So the second step here I would like to explore is to, when you want to define your happiness, right? You need to break free from programming. Break free from programming that is limiting your happiness. Yes, that is the second step to free yourself, or to define your own happiness. You need to break free from programming that is limiting your happiness. When I say programming, let's just dive into it. I know somebody will say yes, because I come from a computer science background. Will be like, damn, are you talking about computer science programming, or what a programming you're talking about? So, for those of you who are not familiar with programming, I would say, humanity has become programmed, or programmed computers, as with time. With the advent of this our toxic targeted social media, where um we are being sold lies, made we are even made to turn to perversion and crime of all sort in the name of happiness. Like, look on our social media, negativity sells more. If I am to bring all over here right now, right, women in nude, and men with extreme views on this panel right now, you'll see that a lot of people will want to listen to this show, or will tune in just to watch people in nudes and people engaging in unnecessary stuff. That is how we are now. We've not been programmed to the extent that that's all people want. That's all they want, the toxicity. They want people to want to, I mean, they're attracted to all that element. And unfortunate, it's like a programming now. They don't shy away. Back in the days where you see those hostile environment and hostile activity of vulgarity at a space, and then you leave immediately. Now people don't leave. They actually tune in to listen to the vulgar uh, comments and topic, and unnecessary actions put up there on the social media. And that's what sells. That's how people earn their living. And so it becomes like you can't even talk about it anymore, because when you talk about it, you are trying to, it's like you are, it's like one against million. You are like one person against million, trying to collapse a multi-billion industry. Unfortunately. So now that we are faced with this targeted social media, where we are being sold lies and made to turn to perversion and crime of all sorts in the name of happiness, this programming is damaging the fabric of today's society, where Good morals are seen as archaic, and vulgarity becomes the norm of the day. You see people tell you that, I had somebody even told me the way I am right now, if I am to put on makeups and if I'm to put on makeups right now, put on female clothing and make comic videos online, I will sell. Like a lot of people will watch me for that reason. And somebody also told me that the way I look, I should say that I can make many. This is just now. This happened to me way back in 2018, 2019, when somebody reached out to me telling me that, hey, you can't make money out of this. Why are you doing it? I say hobby, and I'm like, your hobby to be online, to use data and do nothing. And she was like, do you know what? I make a lot of money with premium on Instagram, on Snapchat. Why don't you join me on Snapchat? And I'm like, damn, what is that? I don't even know anything. Even today, I don't even know much about Snapchat. And then he was like, okay, I can even, what about me considering OnlyFans? And OnlyFans is an adult, they call it an adult platform where people post nudes and engage with their client, just like the way I am here. They turn on this thing and go nude and perform sexual acts to viewers for pay. And people actually subscribe to that to just watch them. And they're like, the way I am, why won't I just make money? Why don't I just go all out? And when I say all out, it's like, why won't I just go nude, like put on makeups, dress in some different clothing, maybe feminine clothing, and um act like I'm on the other side. So side, I'm part of those sexual group or the minority sexual group, and then that's how I'm gonna get money. It's all about the internet. You're not gonna die. Nobody is gonna reach out to you through the internet or through the camera. They're just gonna see, and seeing is not doing. Seeing is not doing. And the person said a lot of things that I found back then. I almost put, I almost close my ears, like cover my ears with both of my hands, listening to this person say all of that. And of course, that person was able to show me proof. And this is a she I'm talking about. So this is what we are dealing with currently in today's world, where negativity has taken a hold of us, where the social media has been used to program us to toxic elements, that people are always chasing after toxic elements just to make themselves feel happy. Okay, we do not even, we lack, it's like we lack the ability to question ourselves, or we lack the consciousness nowadays. A lot of people have lost track of their consciousness, where they cannot sit down and ask themselves the question, what I'm looking at right now, what is the impact of that on my psyche? What I'm looking at right now, what is it going to do to me as a person? People don't look at that right now. They don't care about that. If they call it happiness, and I'm saying, is that true happiness? Anyways, I'm not here to judge that happiness, but we know for a fact, if you want to if you want true happiness, you need to break free from that programming that programs you to chase after toxicity on the media and around you. You need to break free from that. We need to. And I've said it, this programming is damaging today's society a lot. Now, moving on, I will say that we must resist this programming and reclaim our autonomy, dignity, and integrity. Yes, we need to reclaim our autonomy, dignity, and integrity. We don't have to allow people to control our mind, feed us with things. Then we are there as a people. It's like we lost track of, or we lost control of ourselves. We just living, we doing everything claimed by somebody else as happiness. It's just not right, right? So we must question the messages and images. It's very important. Every critical thinker questions a lot. We need to question the messages and images that are fed to us by by the media. Yes, the advertisers, the influencers, the so-called celebrities, and even our friends and families. We need to question the messages and images that they feed us through through the media and also physically. Okay, and we must ask ourselves: Is this really what I want? Is this what I want? Is this what is good for me? Is this really what makes me happy? Is this really who I am? Okay, when you are on social media engaging in unnecessary stuff, is that who you are? If you are like a troll, you like trolling people, going to their comment section and telling them that you look ugly, you have the baddest, whatever, you're going hell and saying unnecessary stuff. Ask yourself: is this really who you are? Is that what really makes you happy? Okay, that's when you come back to your senses. Now, this I'll say the third step. Okay, the third step here that I would like to talk uh, about how to define our own happiness is we need to embark on journey of self-discovery, right? The truth to know what works for us lies in our individual effects. Okay, we need to embark on the journey of self-discovery. The truth to know what works for us or works for you lies with the individual's effects of self-discovery. So when you discover yourself, you're definitely going to know what works for you. We should never allow ourselves to be deceived into taking on lifestyle that is counterproductive or destructive to us, all in the name of happiness. Okay, when you know that smoke doesn't work well on you, don't do it. If you know that that drug you're trying to take wouldn't work against your body, don't do it. If you know for a fact that hanging out at that party is definitely gonna cause more damage to you. It's gonna pull negative energies towards you, people that you don't need in your life towards you, and now they'll be having a negative impact on your life. Then it's high time you pull out of that partying habit. Okay, calling yourself a party animal, then you know that it's damaging you. After the party, you are asking yourself, why did I do that? Oh, what happened to me? This is a midnight decision. I just don't know why I did that again. That me is not good for you. Okay, you are there all out in the night, dressed up, and you are at this party dancing, throwing yourself here and there. You just lost count of yourself. You take it in, boom. You're taking it that. You're taking it this. You don't even know what is in those drinks, and then you wake up somewhere naked on a bed. Sometimes it's somewhere doing certain unnecessary things, and then or you are back on your bed and you just don't know how you even got to bed, and you are having this headache after you woke up, and you are asking yourself, "Oh, have I done this again? I feel terrible." Yes, that is not your lifestyle. That is not good for you. Just tell yourself it's not good for me. Okay? Yeah. So we should never allow ourselves to be deceived into taking lifestyle that are destructive to us, only in the name of happiness. Okay, we should instead explore our own interests, talents, strengths, and values. Let's explore that a lot. As a person, self-discovery is important to your success as a human. As human, your interest is matters the most. Your talent, your strength, and values matters the most. We should try new things, okay? Learn new skills, meet new people, meet new people. But there's a, let me just put a question mark there. Or, yeah, it continues from there. Meet good people who have impact on your life, of course, a positive impact. And visit new places. It's good to visit new places somebody who travels a lot and expose themselves to different cultures. They are open-minded. They will not tell them that those people are evil people and then they pick up on that and now they start hating them. No, because they've been there and they've known the life, and they know that they are just human as them. They are doing this, they live this lifestyle because of this and that history and whatever. They are comfortable with life. Life is not just about them. Their culture is not like, oh, everything I have is the best, and oh, what others have is no, because they are well traveled and so they are open minded, right? Let's be open minded, okay? If you want to find true happiness, you also need to be open minded, okay? So, as I said before, let's also travel and explore different cultures. We should also challenge ourselves, grow ourselves, and express ourselves. Please express yourself. Back in the days that people, I like to hang out with people that I believe are desirable, or poor people everybody wants to hang out to with. I like to hang out with people, and those people don't like me. Like, they don't necessarily like me. They hate everything about me. They will talk, they will say, why do I do this? Why do I go here? Why do I do? And they are always judging me. They want me to become like them so bad. And I'm like, though I like you, I'm like, I want to be your friend so bad. But at the end of the day, I came back to myself and I realized that no, like, there are other people who match my energy that I was running away from because of somebody's definition of, oh, those people are weak, those people, because we don't walk, some of us, we just don't walk on this face of the planet by being antagonistic and by being extreme, or by doing unnecessary stuff. So basically, society that values and those toxic elements, and people or cliques and whatever social groups that value toxic elements like that, see people who don't engage in those things and live peaceful and happy, fulfilling life, they see them as weak. But let me tell you, it is when you live among your own groups who are peaceful, loving people, they know what really love is, okay? They know what really love is. They know how to show love. They don't see love as weakness. Okay, there are those people that I was talking about that are toxic, that I was trying to mingle with. They were doing extreme things, fighting, picking up unnecessary fight, claiming that somebody is bad towards them, and then people will gang up just to fight other people just for an unnecessary reason. Those people that I was hanging out with, and I had to fall out of that trap, fall out of that group, and to the group that I really that really match with my energy, that formerly I was running away from. I'm like, oh, these people they don't have anything interesting going on. They are always school working and learning, and it's boring. And then there was a term that we were using. We call it they call it what they call it. Oh, sorry, I forgot the word for that. Those people who don't really, they are not into that too much socialization kind of game or culture. They like to be to themselves, and they have small friend groups, and they have very good conversation. Like, we do really have good conversation, meaningful conversation, not conversation back in those days when I was trying to push myself into groups like that, like toxic groups like that. Now, the most of the conversation they normally have is, oh, that girl, you need to knock that girl, you need to go for that girl. It's all about girls. Like, everything about them revolves around girls. Can you imagine? Everything revolves around girls. It's like, oh, you have to do this, that girl likes you, can't you see the way everything. And sometimes I wonder how. Like, it's a red flag. Okay, and then they're gonna be telling you, oh, if you don't have money, they're training you. They're gonna make a very toxic or bad. bad behavior looks so good to you, even if they're trying to get you on board so that you can go to a mall and steal. Now they're gonna make it look so good, okay, seem so good to you. And unfortunately, it's just bad, entirely bad, to involve ourselves in such friendships, right? So all it's all about how to define our happiness. Please, if you know that group doesn't want you, if you know that group doesn't like you, please go be with people who want you, people who can really show you love, true love. Okay, go and seek those people. Don't go chasing after don't go chasing after people who don't care about you, who don't even know what love is. To them, love is weakness. To them, being extreme and toxic is that's what they call strength, which is actually bad. It's bad. It's antagonistic to society. Okay, so know where you belong and go to where you are being loved. Go to where they want you. Okay, go to where they want you. Be with people who love you, no matter how bad somebody else describe those people who love you. Please stick with them, love them, cherish them, be with them. That's how you're gonna find your life. That's how you are gonna live a happy and fulfilling life. That's how it goes. Happiness, that's where it is. It's not with the other people you are trying to force yourself into. Okay, let's talk about how we should challenge ourselves. Okay, if you want happiness, you need to also learn to challenge ourselves. We need to challenge ourselves. We need to grow ourselves, and we need to express ourselves. Okay, as I said before, self-expression matters the most. That is why if you are with a group that wouldn't allow you to express yourself the way you are, that's not good for you. It's not for you, and it will never be for you. Do not go to that. Do not go to extreme lengths trying to please somebody. They don't love. They don't have love. You, if you don't have love, you can give it. Okay. So we should find let's find or let's find out what makes us tick. Okay. Let's find what makes us tick, and what makes us smile, what makes us proud. That's what we need to explore. Okay, let's explore that. The fourth and the final step to happiness that I would like to also explore is let's learn to show love. That's the fourth and the final step to defining your happiness. Learn to show love to yourself is the first way to even receive true love. If you want to receive true love, you need to give that love to yourself first, because that's where happiness is. Um, we cannot expect others to love us if we do not love ourselves. We cannot. It just doesn't work. Okay, we cannot give love to others if we do not have love for ourselves. We cannot be happy with others if we sorry for the noise in the background. We cannot be happy with others if we are not happy with ourselves. Yes, it's true. So let's be happy with ourselves, then we can be happy for others as well. To love yourself means to expect, sorry, to love ourselves, it means to accept ourselves. O- Okay, or let me rephrase that really well. To love yourself means to accept yourself as you are. Accept yourself as you are, with your flaws, weaknesses, and mistakes. It means to respect yourself, to value yourself, to care for yourself. It means to treat yourself with kindness, compassion, and generosity. It means to celebrate yourself, to appreciate yourself, to to reward yourself also. It means to be yourself, to honor yourself, to express yourself. Now, let me just give you an example that I just remember. Just remember right now. Okay, I was talking to this dude last time, and this guy was telling me about um, shame, feeling shame, feeling that he's a disappointment to his family, feeling that he's not doing well like how he's supposed to do. And I'm like, why do you feel that guilt? Like, why do you feel you are still working? Are you not working? He said, yes, I'm working. So why do you have to feel that again? He said, I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I said, no, it starts now. If you feel like there is something you are supposed to do now and you are not doing, then do it. Because we are not defined by our past. We are defined by what we are doing currently and what we are investing in currently that will shape our future. So if you care about your future, you don't have to be feeling bad about the past mistakes that you've done. It's in the past. Now, if there is any correction you have to do, then it's supposed to be now that will change the future. Else, you will continue falling and falling and falling. I sometimes when I say things like this, I just pray that the other person that I or the people that I say this to understand it and pick it with a grain of salt. Because at the end of the day, you do want whatever you say to also be of benefit, not just a mere talk. Else, I wouldn't be on YouTube. I don't have a big following, and I don't have like views, big views like that. But I believe that the content I make, I have so much belief and faith in myself that the content I make will one day change something or will one day influence somebody to live a better life or to be successful at whatever. And so do I. So, to wrap up this show, when you love yourself, you will attract love from others. Okay? You will radiate happiness and positivity, of course. You will inspire happiness and gratitude. You will create happiness and harmony. So, my friends, my families watching, wherever you are in the world, I hope this live show has given you some insights and tips on how to define your happiness. Remember, happiness is personal, happiness is not universal, happiness is internal, not external. Happiness is a choice, not a chance. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next live show. Bye bye.